And friend, if you've been following me, you know that I make delicious food, and I also give you a great tip of the day at the end of the video. Today we're going to make a delicious pumpkin pie. It's great for Thanksgiving. First things first, we're going to go ahead and preheat our oven to 425 degrees while we're mixing everything together. Gives it time to preheat. The ingredients we are going to need, the main things we are going to need, will be a 9-inch unbaked pie shell. Deep dish preferably, because it holds a lot more of the pumpkin and less to waste. Deep dish, recommended. We're going to need 1 can of 100% pure pumpkin Libby, 1 can of that. We're also going to need 1 can of carnation evaporated milk. We're also going to need 3/4 cup of sugar. We're going to need salt. We're going to need ground cloves, ground cinnamon, and also ground ginger. We're also going to need 1 bowl, and we're also going to need a big mixing bowl that I've already beaten 2 large eggs inside of. Go ahead and beat them eggs inside the big mixing bowl. For the ground cinnamon, we're only going to use 1 teaspoon, and for the ground ginger, we're only going to use a 1/2 teaspoon, and for the ground cloves, it's 1/4 teaspoon. What we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and put our ingredients inside here, just the sugar, the ground things, which is the cinnamon, cloves, and ginger, and our salt, and we're going to add that inside here, and just mix it all around inside there. First, we're going to add our sugar. We're going to go ahead and get our 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. 1 teaspoon. This is a teaspoon. Put it inside of there, and you fill that teaspoon up. There's our 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger. A 1/2 teaspoon. Go ahead and stick it in there and pull it out once you got a 1/2. We're getting a little bit more than a 1/2. There we go, a 1/2 teaspoon. Then we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, which is about right before the 1/2, right before the 1/3, Just a little bitty dash of ground cloves. Let's see if we can get this popped off here. There we go. I don't like to use the shakers. I take the shakers off and put my spoon in there because then I don't get it all over me. 1/4, about that much. Just a little bit on the tip of the spoon. Dump it in there. You're just going to take your spoon and you're going to swoosh it around. It doesn't matter how you mix it. Just make sure you mix it all in together to where it all blends. Whatever you do, do not add this into the beaten eggs. Have a separate bowl to mix these ingredients into. There we go. We're all mixed up. That's what it's going to look like all mixed up. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to... Wait, well, we forgot the salt. Just a little bit of salt. 1/2 teaspoon. Sorry about that, almost forgot the salt. If you don't like salt, you don't have to add it. It's optional. 1/2 teaspoon. Put it in there and mix it around. There we go. Now we got all those. Put this aside for now. We're going to grab our big mixing bowl with the beaten eggs inside of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add in the Libby's 100% pure pumpkin. You're just going to scoop it in there. Go ahead and put this in here. Takes a lot. A lot of pumpkin. Put it in here. Only bad thing about these cans, you can't ever find a spoon long enough to go in there. A small one anyway. You don't want too big of a spoon. have a rag handy, because you always get something on your hands, and you will need a rag. Dish towel. I call it a rag. Dish towel works. Alright. Let's go ahead and take our spoon, and we're going to mix in the sugar into the eggs and the pumpkin, excuse me. So go ahead and dump that in your large bowl. So it looks like. And we're just going to mix it all in together. With a spoon, fork, not a blender. If you blend it, it makes it way too milky. Way too sloppy, and it won't freeze up like a pumpkin shell. It'll come out all soft in the middle and gooey, and it'll be hard to cut. Stir that around. All I'm doing is just taking a spoon and whipping it around, mixing it all together. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to casually add in the milk. Go ahead and shake your milk. You got to shake it very well. Okay. Go ahead and get this open. And what you're going to do is you're just going to spread it in there a little bit. But you don't want to pour it all in at once and stir it in. You just want to casually mix the milk in with the pumpkin. Okay? You'll like pour a little bit in, stir it. And just stir it around. Casually just pour in a little bit at a time, not too much. I'm going to mix the pumpkin in with it. It's looking good. Smells good. It's going to smell your house up with pumpkin pie. It smells so good. I'm going to give you just a little secret tip that most people probably know. Just an extra tip. If you eat a lot of eggs, your hair will grow and so will your fingernails because of the protein inside of an egg. So if you eat eggs every day, your hair will grow and so will your fingernails. Alright, there we go. We got all the milk in here. Stir it around. Whip it. See how it sounds really liquidy? It's really liquidy. You gotta make sure you stir it so it gets nice and thick. Not too thick though. Alright. There we go. Looks pretty good. Looks like it's all stirred in, a little thick. It's a little juicy, but it's still a little thick. You see how a little bit of thickness to it? And don't completely just roll off the spoon. That's perfect. Now what we're going to do is we are going to pour this into our pie shell. That's all you got to do when it comes to mixing. All we got to do is pour it into the pie shell now. And what you're going to do is you just pour it in anyway. I don't know if I could do this up in the air because the crust is falling apart, but just pour it in. Don't fill it up too far, but fill it up enough where it's going to go up to the crust, and it's going to go on the crust a little bit. You don't have to use every single drop. If you don't use every single drop, just rinse the rest away. Okay, there we go. It's all poured into our shell. Here's what our pie looks like. It's going to be kind of hard because it's really liquidy. If you move it too much, it can spill real quick. Here is our pumpkin pie. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to put it inside the oven. You're going to cook it on 425 degrees for 15 minutes. And then you're going to turn the temperature down after 15 minutes to 350 degrees. And you're going to bake this in the oven on 350 degrees for 40 to 50 minutes. Stick a knife through it to see if it's well done. If nothing comes out on the butter knife or the toothpick or whatever you put in there to see if it's done, then it's done. You take it out, you put it on a wire rack for 2 hours to let it cool and stiffen up. I'll show you what a wire rack looks like here if I have one close by. I sure do. This is a wire rack. And what you do is you take it and you just put it on the counter. It's got these little legs to give it a little thump up over the counter a little bit, and it cools the pie. Put the pie on the middle of this and let it cool for 2 hours before you eat it. After 2 hours, eat it right away, refrigerate it. It's up to you. It's delicious either way. So I'm going to go ahead and put my pie in the oven and get it cooked, my pumpkin pie. Get it cooked and eat it. And you can, when you get it out of the oven, you go to eat it. You can put Cool Whip on it. You can put anything you like on the top. I prefer Cool Whip. So go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven, get it cooked, and let me go ahead and give you the tip of the day. Today's tip of the day, since we are making sweets and everybody gets a toothache, God knows, everybody gets a toothache. And if you can't get to the dentist right away, or in this economy, it's hard to get to the dentist. Just take a simple tea bag, warm it up inside hot water, just warm, not hot. Warm water, moist the tea bag a little bit to where the tea's wet. Put it on the sore gum or on the sore tooth of where your toothache is for up to 15 minutes. Do this 4 times a day, and hopefully the pain will go away. It helps with the toothache, but it won't take it away forever. You got to get to a dentist if the pain gets worse. But it does stop the pain for a period of time until you can afford to get to the dentist. Thanks for watching me bake something delicious, and stay tuned for the next video to get the next tip of the day. Thank you again.